Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of Shoot the Shit. I am your host Darren Crooks, and the basic point of this podcast is, like it says on the tin, chill, shoot the shit. So with this being the first episode, I don't really have any real intro or anything, or any kind of structure to how I'm going to do this podcast, but hey, you gotta start somewhere, don't you? So yeah, welcome to the first episode, and we'll see how it goes. Since this is the first episode, I might as well let you guys get to know me a wee bit. My name's Darren Crooks. I'm a father of one, soon to be two. I'm currently engaged, going to get married in 2020, hopefully. I do not work because I care for my family, basically. My fiancée has epilepsy, so it kind of hinders her into doing things because it's uncontrolled. But doesn't stop her having a good time, and we have one kid at the moment, Aiden. He's awesome. He's only 10 months and we're already expecting our second kid, who's going to be a girl, so that'll be a change of pace for things. And she is due almost exactly 1 year after Aiden, so it's going to be pretty crazy times. So I decided just to sort of get this to go because I like talking about things, and I think I have some interesting thoughts to talk about, and hopefully other people might find it interesting as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't ramble on too much and bore you guys, but like I said, we'll see how it goes. First episode, and just want to see what happens. So I kind of just told you about me, and also kind of get into what this show is going to actually be about. It is sort of your average sort of nerdy, mundane sort of stuff, I guess. I like talking about movies, I like talking about TV shows, music, games, everyday stuff. I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into only talking about certain things because I don't want to do that. One day I might want to talk about a movie, the next day I might want to talk about a CD or a game or something. So it's better just to leave it open, and then I think you can kind of cover more material that way, obviously. Hopefully we're going to stick these around to about 30 minutes each episode. If I've got guests on or anything, it'll be a bit longer, or if I feel very strongly about talking about something, I might end up rambling on about it a bit longer. Hopefully I don't mumble too much, because that is something I do have a problem with, because I'm from Northern Ireland and I speak really fast, so hopefully you'll be able to understand me. So now we've got all that there sort of basic stuff out of the way, the first thing I'm going to talk about is this new Child's Play trailer. I've actually just watched it for the first time there, the full way, not the teaser trailer, but the first official trailer. And this came after the announcement that Mark Hamill is going to be doing the voice of Chucky, which, fair play, he's a great voice actor. He's done an amazing job with the Joker and stuff. And other than Star Wars and all, he's done some pretty interesting things, the Trickster or something on The Flash and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know, I'm still up in two minds about whether or not this new take on Child's Play is going to be any good or not, because it wasn't that long ago they released the 7th, I think, maybe, I could be wrong there, the 7th film in the Child's Play series, The Cult of Chucky. And I'm one of these people, I enjoy every single movie in that franchise. It's one of my favorite slasher movie franchises of all time. But I guess I can see what they're trying to do with this new movie, updating it to go with modern times and all, but I don't know, it seems like something that should have been it was mid 80s and it's carried that same franchise on, because everybody knows who that character is, and to replace Brad Dourif as Chucky and to give him this weird looking makeover, I don't know, man. But yeah, it looks like it could be good. It also looks like it could be terrible. It looks like it's going to be very gory, and I'm into that because I love my gore, but don't know, the jury's out on it. Maybe if I see it, I don't even know if I want to see any more trailers on it, because if I see any more trailers, we'll probably start giving away the entire plot of the film, which in the teaser trailer and the official trailer have given quite a lot away already. That's one of these problems with trailers, man, but I'll get into that another time. So whenever me and my fiancée Liz sit down at night, we don't really do too much, because we got the wee man to look after and all. He goes to bed and he sleeps all through the night, so we get our nights ourselves. We'll sit down and watch a bit of Netflix or something, see what movies are on. And I don't know how, but the other day she convinced me to watch this film that I've been avoiding for donkeys. It came out in 2010, and don't judge me whenever I tell you what it is, but the movie was Burlesque. That film starring Christina Aguilera and Cher. It was directed by that dick from the Goonies, I'm pretty sure, but he did well for direction, I guess. And you know what? The movie wasn't that bad. The music was dead on it, whenever they're doing their whole burlesque show and all, but it's so cheesy. It's unbelievably cheesy, but god damn if it isn't sexy. This is back in the days where Christina Aguilera, she was doing good. Cher obviously still looks like a dude, like, but can't really go far with that. And then Kristen Bell, she's in it as well, and she is really hot in this film. Like, this is probably the hottest I've seen her. Like, she's really turned into, I don't know, I'm not really into her anymore. Like, I liked her in Veronica Mars and stuff, but like seeing her in The Good Place and all, like, nah, she's got, I guess that's what age does to you. Not to be a dick, like, but yeah. So that was a weird one. I think she actually said to me when we stuck it on, look, watch it for like 10 minutes. If you don't like it, we'll turn it off and put something else on. I was sitting there, I just got well into the story as soon as it started. I think it was because it's a very fast-paced story, and it is not well written by any means, but it's just something stupid and fun to watch. That's something I never thought I would ever say about a film like Burlesque, but you know what? Fuck it. I've surprised myself in the past before. I think one of the other films that she stuck on one time because she wanted to watch it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be absolutely terrible, was Mamma Mia. And holy shit, did I enjoy that film. I don't even like ABBA, like, in general. Like, every song they bring out's a hit, fair play, but I don't know what it was. I was sitting watching this film, just, like, bobbing my head, tapping my foot and all. I was getting well into it. And then, not only that, but while we were, like, watching it, I'm one of these people, like, once I stick on a film, if I don't think I'm going to be that interested in it to begin with, I'll go on the IMDb page on my phone and I'll look up all like trivia and stuff and actors, directors, all that sort of shit. And I was like, oh, there's a sequel, and it came out of my mouth way more like excited than I expected to be. So like we ended up going to see the sequel and all in the cinema for like her birthday, I think. And it wasn't that good compared to the first film, which is a weird thing to say, but it was alright. Like, your woman that's in it, she's also in Baby Driver. Oh, I can't remember her name now. I should probably be a little more prepared, but I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about sometimes. Like, my mind just goes off on one, so I might as well roll with it. But yeah, the chick, she's in Baby Driver, and she's in the Guernsey Peel Potato Society film that came out like last year. I have no idea what the actual title of it is, but I'm pretty sure it's close. A weird story about that, like, I used to work in the Donald Omniplex for a couple of months before I had to stop work to look after the fam and all, but that was like one of our most sold out movies in that cinema for like its opening weekend and all. Like, it was crazy. Obviously it was like middle-aged women and older couples and all were going to see it, like, but holy shit, it was raking in the money compared to other films that came out at the same time. So what else will I talk about then? Netflix. I was talking about Netflix and what we're watching and all. We actually started watching this new show called like Santa Carla Diet. It's not a new show, we just started watching it. Santa Carla Diet. It's been on for 3 seasons and we've only watched like the first 3 episodes, I think, but I heard it was crap, but I'm actually quite enjoying it because it's just so silly and I like gore and just weird humor, so it kind of tickled me whenever I watched it. But the issue I have with it is I just found out that it's going to be cancelled after the 3rd series there that's currently on Netflix. And you see, whenever I know a show's been cancelled, it really puts me off like actually sitting down to watch it, because I'm like, well, it's probably going to end on like a cliffhanger, and what's the point going through the show to not get, you know, a conclusion? It really winds me up. I think one of the worst shows I never got a conclusion for was or not one of the worst shows, but like one of the worst like examples of it was the show called Reaper that it was on E4 over here in the UK, and I thought it was a great show. It was like this dude, his parents had sold his soul to the devil for whatever reasons when he was just born, so he had to, like, whenever he came a certain age, he had to go out and get all these conduits and trap all these demons and all in them for the devil, and it was like a new demon every week and all, but there's always this, you know, like backstory lines and all going on. It was really funny. It was a really good show, and it was consistently good throughout the 3 series that it ran for. But then out of nowhere it got cancelled, and it got cancelled on such an annoying cliffhanger. Like, whenever you watch it, you're like, oh shit, I can't wait for the next season to come out, but never gonna get it. I'm pretty sure they did. They were talking about doing like an animated thing for it, but it never happened. And they were talking about maybe doing like a comic book sort of thing for it, but that never happened. So the show just went up in the air and got forgot about, and it was such a shame because it was just such a great show. Well, in my opinion, but hey, these things happen. So I probably will stick with Santa Carla Diet because they're only half-hour episodes. It's something simple to stick on, all enough while you're eating dinner. There's just Drew Barrymore chicks that's just like eating people alive and all the guts and gores going on while you're sitting eating a wee hamburger, and you're like, fair play. I think one of the like great shows that we've started watching on Netflix lately was that Sabrina, or The Curse of Sabrina or something. I'm not really sure what the whole title is, but holy shit, was that a interesting take on the old Sabrina. Like, I used to watch the old Sabrina on Nickelodeon back in the day when I was a kid, like before going to school and after school and stuff. But this is way more adult. I was expecting it to be so teeny. Like, I never got on the Riverdale or anything because they just look too, late teens, early 20s. That's your target. But I guess this is the sort of same, but it has just such a dark overtone to it and all. Like, it's very satanic and can be very gory at times. It's quite sexy at times and all, like, and just the situations and all go on to it it's done really well. Like, I've only got a bit into the second series, or part 2, like, but I would definitely recommend that for a watch, if you're into that sort of stuff. Lately, fucking one thing that's really annoyed me, like, I got this 4K TV, and I was like, this is great, it's got all the bells and whistles on it. I was like going on YouTube, checking out all these 4K videos and all, going, ooh, this is what I wanted. Like I always said, the next TV I would get would be a 4K TV, and luckily for me, I was able to get one. The only problem is I have a PlayStation 2. I also have a Region 1 DVD player, because there's a lot of films that I love that you can't actually buy over here, and I collect DVDs and Blu-rays. So, say for instance, Good Burger and Three Ninjas and The Page Master, like, they're 3 of the films that I own. And Dead Man on Campus, you can't buy them over here, like, on Region 2 DVDs, so I have to get the Region 1 one, so I got myself a Region 1 DVD player. But it's all SCART, so I had to go out of my way to try and find a HMD, or a SCART to HDMI, that's the word I'm fucking looking for. An HDMI to SCART adapter. And like, you would think such a simple thing could be added to these new TVs. They've got everything else. Got USB ports. I don't even know if this one has a fucking aux cord to plug my like soundbar into. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Like, it has to be an optical cord. Like, these are such simple things, and yet this smart TV doesn't have them. It just really wound me up, because like, until, like, they're really quite dear, to be honest, to buy these converters and stuff. So I was holding off. Like, enough, by the will of whatever, I friggin' found one in a charity shop and got it for $5. But even still, like, that's a $5 for an adapter just to use things that on any other TV I would have been able to use no problem. So I don't know if I'm nitpicking or not there. Maybe everybody these days isn't worried about those sort of things, but like, come on. Like, I even have like a VHS player and all, and they are all use SCART leads, so you think they would just shove a SCART adapter onto the back of the TV. Even one. That's all I needed. Like, you used to get like 2 or 3 of those bastards, but no, you don't get any. You have to go your way and buy a new fucking SCART lead. So that's kind of crazy. To be honest, I think this episode is going to be a wee bit shorter, because I've kind of talked about everything I wrote down that I wanted to talk about. I might talk about the new Child's Play trailer a wee bit more. Like, I thought it was done quite well. The trailer, like, was suspenseful enough, because it had, like, this music. It was, Harry Nelson, Best Friend. Let me tell you about my best friend. I'll try not to sing again, because I'll make your ears bleed. But yeah, I thought that added this little creepy overtone to the trailer and stuff. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, like, because I do love Chucky. I love him as a character, but the fact that he's going to be like an AI doll, and everything's connected through, your smartphone, your smart fucking house and all that there sort of stuff, like Alexa basically. But where's the voodoo serial killer that transfers his body into a stupid little doll, and then tries to kill some kids' friggin' family so he can transfer his soul into the kid's body and all this sort of stuff, and he follows them throughout a number of films and shit. Like, I feel like we're just going to be missing out on quite a lot of stuff, especially with the character that's been built up over the years with Chucky, and the fact that Brad Dourif isn't doing the voice. It's going to be really hard adjusting to it, and with movie remakes, like horror movie remakes in particular, it's hard to get them right. Like, it's hard to think, like Hills Have Eyes. The Hills Have Eyes, that was one of the great horror movie remakes in my opinion, because I can't even go back and watch the original Wes Craven one now, because I just think the remake was done so well. It's so brutal, and it just really hit a good mark with it, whereas the original was so B-movie, it was unbelievable. Whereas the sequel to the remake was terrible. I'll say that. And that, don't even get me started on the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. That was a fucking pile of garbage if I had ever seen one. Like, holy shit. There's this scene that they did in the original Nightmare on Elm Street where they needed to look like Freddy Krueger was coming through the wall. Like, not even coming through, like pushing the wall out into his figure. So what they did was get, like, pantyhose, spray painted them the same colour, or painted them the same colour as the wall that they were using. And they just got some dude to gently press up against them so that they would move and morph around his shape. Whereas in the remake, they get this terrible looking CGI blob popping out of the wall, and it just looks so out of place. It was pathetic. I remember actually like almost giggling in the cinema whenever I seen it. Like, the only thing the remake got right, I think, was adding a little bit more backstory to Freddy Krueger, you know, the fact that he was a pedophile and all sort of shit, but we never needed that with the originals, because it was all implied, you know. And this year they're shoving in your face, yes, this is the story, this is what's happening. You can't kind of, you know, they don't let you make up your own minds about things or imagine what the story could be in your own perspective. It's like, nah, we're telling you exactly what it is, and you have to take it for that. But hey, I think that was one of the Platinum Dunes remakes that Michael Bay pioneered, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. I don't know. I think one of the other good remakes maybe was Friday the 13th, that starred Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. He played Sam, but I thought it was quite good because it actually incorporated like the first 4 original Friday the 13th films and put it into one. Yeah, they made it a little bit more, you know, typical teenage slasher film compared to the original films, but like the opening scenes, you get the death of Mrs. Voorhees, which was Jason's mum, obviously. And then you get Jason in the burlap sack running about the place, which happened in the second film. You get Jason discovering the hockey mask and sort of using that. So that was in the third film. And then you get the brother coming to find his sister, who was like abducted by Jason, or in the original films she was killed by Jason, but that storyline was from the fourth film. So they sort of incorporated, like, they are like sort of considered the best Friday the 13th films, which is fair enough. Like, I still, like, just because I'm a horror hound, I love like all the sort of Friday the 13th films. There are some fucking stupid ones there, but that just adds to the character of the films, really, you know, the humor of them, you know. That's what I find enjoyable watching, because they don't take themselves seriously. For a horror film, they take themselves seriously. It needs to be really fucking good, and it's terrible whenever you see these schlocky horror films and they're just taking themselves so serious. Like, you must know you're doing a fucking shite film. Just go along with it and enjoy yourself, you know. Have some fun. Like, that's what I want whenever I'm watching a horror film. I don't, like, yeah, I would love to get scared and freaked out and all, like, but I find it really hard to happen because I've been in the horror for that long. I'm deluded to it, you know. I'm desensitized, I guess, to horror. For a film to actually make me jump, it takes a lot. And whenever it does make me jump, I'm like, good job, good job. So I enjoy just watching horror films for a bit of a laugh. I love watching other people get scared. It's probably one of my sickest enjoyments, is like sticking a film on. If I know a jumpy bit's coming up, I'll sit and watch everybody else, and they'll be like, hey. But yeah, that's just because I'm a sick mental guy. Like, I was that kid who, if you invited to a sleepover, he was bringing like The Evil Dead and shit. You know, I was that guy. Like, all my cousins would tell you that. They're like, I was the one to probably introduce them to most of the horror films. But yeah, so we're only hitting like maybe the 20-minute mark here, but I think we've done okay. Maybe it's just me rambling on, I'm not too sure. But we can see what you guys think, and I'm hoping to keep this up. I'm hoping to get like a couple of guests on, and we can sit and natter about different things, you know, maybe talk about Game of Thrones and stuff, and what's going on in like the local sort of scene, and like music and movies and all that sort of gear. But yeah, like I said, we're just here to shoot the shit. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.